friends. Microphone working. Music working. Spotify, why are you not working? Fuck you. There we go. I don't know why Spotify's been weird lately. We're gonna turn gain up so you guys can hear me. Hello! Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Sorry, I'm fixing my blanket on my toesies because my feetsies is cold. I don't want to put socks on because no. Hello, 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 hello. Tears in my eyes. Did they? I wonder if Twitch took away the little thing where you can add like an emote. Because I'd like to use that in Discord to signify that I'm live, but I guess I'm gonna have to make do. Wham, wham, wham. Fuck, why am I eepy? Stop it. Ugh. Space. And then... Bruh. Circle. Set status. There we go. There we go. Hello! Oh my god, thank you so much for the biddies! I don't know why Tits has not been throwing things at me lately. I'm wondering if it's a weird syncing issue. Merp. Is Mix It Up not working either? Hold on, I didn't hear hello there. What is happening? Why is everything broken? Okay, it's just not very loud for some reason. I mean, it's not you though. It's for some reason. I'll have to ask you about this later, but like for some reason my fucking board for all of my shit, all of my audios always vary. I don't understand why Windows does this. It literally fucks with all of my applications where like one will be maxed out, the other one will be like at 50% and like hello? There we go. But why is Tits not throwing things? Properties. Whoa, whoa. Okay, y'all can hear the audio. So let me hit you with that hello there hat. I owe you that one. Oh wait, not yet. I gotta wait till Tits is fixed. I wish I could figure out why the fuck it keeps breaking though. How many bits was that? 100? Bet. Bro, why is my phone going off right now? Shut the fuck up. In the end, I was no more. Oh, sorry, we're backstage live, guys. I didn't realize that this is gonna be a continuous problem. Hopefully it isn't. Hopefully I figure out why it's being stupid and I fix it, because that would be really nice. Trying to throw scene. Object manager. I'm trying to remember exactly how to make it do the thing, so that way it'll throw something at me, so I can test it. Is it here? Oh, is it because it's like being weird for VC? Oh! Oh! I know what I did. It's when I went through and I fucking reset everything the other day. Hold on. Fuck. I don't remember how to fix this though. Live in Tennessee and Santa Monica. Swear to me, I'm proud. What causes sin?
Hello there.
No, it's not throwing things. Just having fun. Roasted in my ears. I belong down at the Big Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on Big Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Big Pony Club. Big Pony Club. We're just gonna not have tits for right now, and I guess I'll just worry about this more later, unfortunately. If it starts working at some point, cool, fine, but I don't know how to fix this immediately. I think it has to do with the fact that I had to uninstall fucking VC Face the other day, because I was having a bunch of issues with a bunch of different things. So, yeah. Definitely, was not fun. I, at one point, had to uninstall a bunch of shit from, OBS to hopefully fix some of the issues. And it seems like it has, because, as you guys can tell the past few streams, it seems fine. I haven't played a game, though. This is whenever I crashed like 5 times in a row that day. I don't know if you guys remember. This was like, maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. I got so pissed off I started just fucking uninstalling all of my programs. Hi, Hydra! But I finally think I fixed it. I just haven't booted a video game to like officially say it is fixed. I have been a little bit avoiding it, a little bit just not wanting to mess with it because I'm doing art stuff anyways, so we're just gonna cross fingies when the time comes that it just works. You know what I mean? What have you done? What the fuck is reference doing? Dude, I saw. Were you the one that posted that? I think it was in the space station, right? I saw a clip on TikTok and I was kind of interested. But I've been doing some other stuff today, so I hadn't had a chance to actually like look into it. The female character, that was like what the clip was for. She's really funny and cute. Oh my god. Wait. Glitch is producing that? Yo, this shit gonna be a banger. Fuck me, I guess. Don't actually, but like... Let's go! That's epic. Bro, I know that they only wanted to do so much with murder drones, but like, I wish they would have done like a little bit more. You know what I mean? I get it, the story's over, resolution, but like, it's so good. I love murder drones. And it's so funny to see the amount of different things that they do within different things. Because of the fact that, like, you go to, like, Murder Drones, why can't I think of the circus one? Amazing Digital Circus, stuff like that. But then you go, and one of the guys that, I don't know if he runs Glitch, if he's the producer, or what it is, but he has the SMG4 channel, and you go watch fucking shitpost Mario memes. And it's just like, it's so funny the amount of drasticness it is for the personality traits of each of these people that run this company. Yes, completely agree. Just off the little, like, snippet that I saw from the girl, absolutely. And I love that it's got the stop motion feel for the actual art style of the animation itself. It's very cool. That's where, like, the corpse bride would come in. Yes, it's so good. I need to go watch the pilot now. Okay, so we're gonna finish this little doodle guy so I can post it on my fucking Tumblr finally. I've been sitting on it for months because I did a little doodle guy of a new friend, a new mutual, if you will, for Steam Powered Giraffe stuff. And I think it was oh yeah, it has been months because that was like February. I'm pretty sure it was for like Valentine's. They did a little like have a Valentine, and I was like, oh my god, thank you. And I was like trying to do this as a reply, and I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. So I'm gonna hopefully get this guy done and posted today. Bum, 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 bum. I also needed a break from Raw YouTuber because, like, fuck. Be okay. I was melting my brain earlier this morning trying to work through some of it. Strangely corroding my whole world. I was early. Bro, we got more steam-powered funnies. So, hyperfixation is quite strong right now. Literally, I know you guys can't watch it yet, but I'm definitely gonna show whoever it is that is willing to watch as soon as it drops. The Ollie and the Equinox Band music video that they just produced, just produced. David, I think, finally finished editing it. And that's estimate to come out soon. Soon, TM. It's very cool. I won't spoil nothing because I don't even know if I'm supposed to be mentioning that he's got the video done. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited, dog. Oh. Want to blow shit up. Blow shit up. Broken heart. That's another thing I can't wait for more content. Fucking Arcane. Dude. Obviously it's not Arcane, but like the same people that had produced Arcane, I'm pretty sure are doing like a spin-off series or something like that. I'm very excited to see what comes out of basically everything that was Arcane. Oh. It almost... Mo's gonna spite me for this one, but it almost makes me want to play fucking League. Okay. Un momento, chat. Give me just a second. I gotta walk in the other room. I will be right back. Sorry guys, I got a little worried about something. I had to go just deliberate with husband real quick. Also apparently the person who did music for ENA. ENA. Why can't I think of what ENA is? What is ENA, Hydra? Took a chance every day against this time. I don't know the way to our hearts isn't a lie. Dude, I saw a fucking... I was scrolling through my Tumblr the other day, and I saw somebody do, like, a really good essay about specifically the spine, but, like, to break down kind of the differences between the bots. And it was really fascinating. So, like, kind of the spine's shtick is that he is a robot. He knows he's a robot. He would never be human. And he basically accepts the fact that it is what it is, right? So to the way that they broke it down was that because he is so hyper aware of his existence and how he can never be anything else but a robot. That's kind of why he's so apprehensive. Okay, hold on. Give me just a second. I'll go look at it. Oh, I think Space likes that series. I actually have no context other than I've seen that character before. I might have heard the music in passing, but I like don't know any of it offhand. But like, essentially, it's really fascinating to think about the fact that like he inherently, as his personality trait, is very human. He is weird and quirky, and his favorite thing is cowboys, and all he desires is to feel normal, right? And so to try to find the normality in his life, and I'm assuming it might possibly also be like a trauma-based thing as well, which would be a whole nother topic if I had more knowledge on that sort of thing. I know a little bit because like fucking relatable, but I don't have it as like a not clinical standpoint, but like I'm not overly traversed with that topic. But essentially, it is a response to the things that he has gone through. Is that he is looking for normality because of the things that has happened. And so, basically to try to keep himself normalized and like, I am a robot, I am normal, XYZ, stuff like that, he basically refuses to do any of the weird quirky things that any of the other bots do. So like Rabbit likes to eat, so that kind of gives her a more like human-esque aspect of her personality. Zero has childlike wonder, so like he was kind of portrayed as more of like having an imagination. And so like Bobkins! He voices Bobkins! Oh my god, that's so cute. I didn't know that. I want to learn more about like SMG4 and SMG3 and SMG4, because like I really like the two dynamics between the both of them, and I find them really interesting, but I don't know who they are. I just know that SMG4, the blue one, yeah, because SMG3 is the purple one. I just know that SMG4 is the like creator for the series. I don't know anything about SMG3, and I think he's really cute and quirky, and like he's just the bum guy, if you will. And I don't know if that's like a buddy of his, or maybe that's his brother, or like if it's just somebody that they created as like an opposing character to SMG4. But like I haven't done the deep dive yet. I am going to one day once I get the hyperfixation for it. But I do find it really fascinating that they kind of created these two characters in a dynamic where it's kind of like a Mario and Wario kind of thing. Yeah, but like, is it a friend of his? Is it just a character they made for the series? Like, I feel like it's like a buddy of his, and they created this character just to like have a rival for him. Cause he looks too much like he could be a person to not be like somebody. You know what I mean? And I could just be tripping. But like I said, I haven't done the research yet. I'm apparently going to be forced to get a new screen protector from something that happened. I think it was yesterday. It was like something sharp that I was drawing, that like was on the end of my pen, and now there's lines on my screen protector. Huh. Wasteland on a breeze. For a while, it's a dream. Oh, welcome to the playground. Welcome to the playground. I got derailed on my funny robot tangent. No, I might have finished my point that I was making, where essentially like the spine is. Oh, also another thing, I don't know if Had is still in chat. I got my camera working so we can actively like watch the tarot pool as it's happening now. I don't know why it fixed itself all of a sudden. Welcome to the... Welcome to the playground. Oh no, I'm technically like into it. I'm saying to do like a deep dive and figure out like the lore. All of the shit that isn't the silly shit. You know what I mean? Because like the funny memes when you're watching the like exterior things, but there actually is a storyline, and I find that funny as fuck. And so I haven't done the deep dive to actually know what the origins of the storyline is. And that's what I'm talking about, that I'm going to do a deep dive at some point on. Is the actual story arcs. Got you. I think I've watched a few of them because I've been following them for a couple years now. So, like, I remember whenever they transitioned from the old living area, I can't remember what the living space was, but I remember when they transitioned from that into like the circus that they have now and stuff like that. I think that's about when I started watching, was like, I swear I've been watching them for like at least a year or two, because I remember when I remember whenever they were like trying to figure out what to do for a living space and stuff like that. What is on the line now? What is this time now? What is shine down on my face? Disappoint you. Bro, I can't wait to have some better face tracking. That's just gonna be nice. Sorry, I just, my mouth is bothering me. But that's okay. I'll get over it. What is all alone now? I'm just gonna remove reference because all it's doing is pissing me off. Ah! I just had a weird... Not paradox. That's not the word. And it wasn't deja vu. Almost like a hit of like strange nostalgia out of nowhere. Just had like a thought. I've got to message somebody later. I don't know if you guys ever get that. I think it's also just like brain thinks about things that happened when I was a kid. Usually the good things. And it just kind of hits a little different now that I'm an adult, you know? Shit's crazy. Life's crazy. It works in mysterious ways. And I'm not even saying that to be cliche. The song is kind of funky and interesting. I've not heard this before. Oh, too small. I almost describe these kind of songs eclectic, and I don't know if that's the right way, like the right description for that. But like this kind of music, there is Oh god. The dude that sings The Moss. I can't think of the name of the singer or like the band, but like that type of music, that type of stuff, I label that stuff as like eclectic, because I find it interesting and funky and weird. I don't know if you guys have any other better terminology for that sort of thing. Because I don't know that that's the correct terminology for what I'm looking for. Okay. So there is that. I also gotta make sure to not put my whole fucking chest into this one, because it's supposed to be like a silly one-off thing. I do want to make some really cool art pieces for some of my cool Tumblr friends at some point. Give me an opportunity to do like an illustration or something. I think we're done with whatever this is. Ooh! When do they say it's going to be released? July 31st. Wow. Oh, did you guys hear about the pre-order dates are back for the Switch? I think if I remember correctly, it should be next Thursday. Let me look at my calendar. Yeah, next Thursday, because it's the 24th. So I'm very excited to still be able to pre-order my Switch and be able to get the Mario for the same price. We love that. We love that. Because you know my bitch ass is not going to pay. Probably going to get the Mario. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to get the Mario Kart bundle because, fuck, dude. If you don't get the Mario Kart bundle, what are you doing? I guess if you don't need it because of the fact that, like, you don't play Mario Kart, but, like... Wow, wow. Unfortunately, we can't throw rats at me today because, Tits is not working. But hi, Kausa! What games are we anticipating for, I was about to repo. Oh, hold on. How long are we playing repo? Also, is it modded lobby? Dragon is trying to steal me at like 9:30, so I would have to get off at like 9, and it's 7:30 now. Is modded? I don't know. 7:30. I don't know if I have enough time to do both. I want to play repo though. No, we're gonna finish this. Yeah, I assumed Rose was hosting. I saw that there was in my DMs. I know. I didn't see a ping to ask if we were or not, so that's why I didn't plan accordingly. Also, yes, a new Fossil Fighters would be fucking epic. I'm wondering if they're gonna do anything else, similar to either re-releasing Twilight Princess, or I really hope that they do maybe another expansion to the timeline. Obviously, you can't necessarily go into like the Shadow Realm. I know, but nobody pinged, and so that's why I didn't see it. I have so many servers, Kalsa. You wouldn't know. Or like you would know, but like I have to have pings if you want me to participate, because otherwise will not pertain, will not will not be there. I'm better than space at least. You don't have to DM me. I check my pings. Anyways, oh wait, I think I saw something about that. I didn't think it was repo though. Hold on. Now I'm fucking gaslighting myself. Oh, where's Discord? I'm gonna go check now. Yes, there was Mario Kart yesterday. Oh, yeah, I might go bye-bye. There was Mario Kart yesterday, but there wasn't a ping for repo today, so that's why I didn't know. It's okay, though. No big deal. But, yes. I feel like that new Pokemon is cool, but does not feel like it's gonna hit. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that, because of the fact that it looks promising. I saw the trailer, I was watching the direct and everything. It looks alright. It's kind of reminiscent of like, bye Kausa! It's kind of reminiscent of like, I want to say Black and White, but I didn't play Black and White. There's a specific one that was like a cityscape. Either that or like maybe X and Y, and that's maybe why they're doing A and Z, because that's like what the timeline, what the series expansion would be. I'm not very traversed with information about Pokemon, unfortunately, so I couldn't really tell you much, but I feel like they need to do some evaluating of Pokemon, if you will. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that like they need to then let them cook. There was something else I was gonna mention too. I talked about Twilight Princess and then Pokemon. So I was gonna actually talk about Pokemon. It's so funny. I fucking love Pokemon, but I don't know jack diddly shit about Pokemon really. I was sitting there and I cleaned my room today to kind of organize a little better, springtime and everything. And I counted up the amount of like Pokemon plushies specifically I had. I have so many. And it's all either Rowlet or Eevee. But like, I don't know a goddamn thing about Pokemon really. I would like to. I don't know how to get into it though. Cause like none of the new stuff is good. And I didn't get to experience it when I was a kid. So, like, I don't have the same nostalgia factor for it as you guys. That I've been playing it ever since you, like, grew up and everything. So, like, it's hard. It's hard to try to find the method of getting into the game when you're kind of an outsider in a realm that it's not. It's like not really understanding what's going on, even though you have a pretty, even though you feel like you have a pretty firm grasp. That's fair. That's fair. I know. There's a good amount of people that are in my community, such as like Hat. I think Yadika is. There's some other people that are like really into Pokemon. And, like, I don't know if I could ever be to that point because of the fact that, like I said, I don't have the nostalgia, nor do any of the new games hit like I would like them for them to. But, like, I want to be able to say that I understand Pokemon. But the reason I go on this tangent is because of the fact that I fucking love playing the game. The actual TCG Pokemon game. And so that's why I don't feel as though I'm a fake fan. Because I love to play the game. I don't have to play the video games. I don't really care about the anime or anything like that. I just have no context of what the fuck's going on, like, information-wise, for Pokemon as, like, an IP. You know what I mean? I just know that there's a bunch of Mons, and they do this thing where they beat each other up. That's all I know. And I love playing the TCG game. I especially got into it very heavy for a few months with some of my friends, and it was really fun, and I wish that I could find another set of people that were interested in the TCG like we were back in the day, because I don't hang out with those friends as much anymore, but I definitely only really have found interest in Pokemon because of the card game, unfortunately. Like, it's so funny because, like, people will tell me about specific trainers, and I'm like, okay, hello. So, for A and Z, right? The expansion of, like, that game and, like, what we're going off of is obviously X and Y. Was that, like, a cityscape-based Pokemon game? You played X and Y, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No. I was extremely confused at first because you were like, Z. And then X and Y.
Yeah, I said Pokemon.
You said that after everything, so I heard A and Z.
No, I could have sworn I said Pokemon first.
You said A and Z, X and Y, and then Pokemon, and I was like, that's the context. I thought we were doing math.
Also, apparently Hydra likes Fossil Fighters, so.
Fossil Fighters is fucking goated. It's goated with the sauce.
I liked Fossil Fighters because A, dinosaurs, and B, it actually feels like a game that was made for the DS rather than a game that was slapped into the DS. Crazy.
Now, the only thing that I find better than Fossil Fighters is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I mean, fair.
Which were actually made for the DS.
Yeah.
So. Now then, the best one is not Fossil Fighters, it's Fossil Fighters Champions. It's either Champions
Why is it
or
Champions?
Frontiers. Frontiers is the dumb one. It's Champions.
Is it?
Champions has a lot more dinos.
Okay.
It had a 4-player mod. Or you could get 4 friends together and work on a big fossil, and it was really cool.
Oh.
I never had friends, though.
Damn, okay.
Come on, bro.
the not so good one with the cars. That's crazy. I just said Frontier was the not so good one with the cars.
Yeah, Frontier sucked. That's why I said Champions. Champions was the best.
Okay.
Now, OG Fossil Fighters, I was simping for the Dragon Mommy.
Oh my god.
When I say Dragon Mommy, she was a Dino Mommy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Hydra, was Dino Mommy the best? I don't even know if he heard me.
He probably did. The alien Dino Mommy was the best.
Yep, the alien Dino Mommy. Blue skin and all. She was awesome, and she was my crush as a 12-year-old.
Damn.
Followed shortly thereafter by Sasha from Attack on Titan.
Wild. Oh, there we go.
Hi, dog. That and Rukia from Bleach.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Rukia.
It's all the girls with dark hair is what it sounds like.
And also Rangiku.
How'd you end up with a blonde?
You're not blonde. You have pretty dark hair right now.
When we first started dating, do you remember how light my hair was?
Nope.
I was a blonde.
That's the other lady that I had a crush on. Rangiku.
I mean, okay. Okay, I guess I'll give you a pass, because I could pull off Rangiku cosplay.
Titties. That's about it. It was titties.
Damn, okay.
But when it comes to, like, actual, like, sustenance underneath, fucking, Rukia, I guess Odahime.
Yeah?
I guess.
I compared myself to Odahime a lot. I felt very, like, connected with her as a character when I was younger.
Well, she seemed kind of whiny.
Hi! She seemed kind of whiny.
Uh-huh.
Why did she seem whiny?
Fossil Fighters straight up gave you the choice of a normal girl and an alien dinosaur, and everyone agreed on choosing the dino. Absolutely!
Damn.
The dino was the best
I am
choice.
good. Oh, hi! Hi, pretty lady! Hello! I just realized your username.
Hello, pretty lady?
Yeah, it's still the person I was talking about earlier.
Oh. Hello. I'm husband.
What's up?
The man, the myth, the pizza.
Okay. Do you want to be in call? Do you want to watch chat?
Negative.
Thank you so much! You're so sweet. Thank you.
She liked your avatar too, by the way.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so pretty. When I said pretty lady, I meant it. Pretty lady. It's really funny because you actually kind of remind me of my sister. And I thought it was super cute.
Dog. Shucks. She responded. Maybe she responded.
What are you talking about? Huh? What?
I'm helping you keep track of chat.
I mean, you don't need to do that.
Hi, dog.
I was almost done with the thing I was going to do and then look at chat. I am doing a little doodle of my funny robot character and a mutual that I have on Tumblr. Them and I had done a art exchange back in like February, and I needed to not be doing things with RahiTuber for today because I did that for like 3 days straight. So we doodling. We're doing doodling little robot guys, little robot peeps. Yeah.
Looks like a storm's coming in.
Probably be.
Hey Google. Radar.
It's so funny that I still cannot figure out why my Google picks up your voice. Because it doesn't do it with anybody else. It just picks up yours. It's yours and mine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had to kind of follow a base for this one because I liked the pose, but was struggling with execution. So, also just trying to do it quickly so that way I can get this bitch out. Move on to the next thing. I've got to work on... Dragons got me thinking about actually, like, commissioning... I'm gonna tell her you say that. Dragons got me thinking about actually commissioning pastel so I can have a 3D model.
Okay. You plan on doing a 3D model?
I would like to. Teehee, hello. I would like to have a 3D model. I don't necessarily want to do heckin' ads. I don't necessarily want to do all this stuff with RawHeTuber. Now, am I gonna go ahead and do it because I'm already as far in as I am and it's a new skill that I'm teaching myself? Yes. But would I much prefer having a 3D model because of the fact that it can translate to both things that I'm doing with live streaming and VR chat? Yeah, unfortunately.
Hydra, I have a better thing. What if they remade Fossil Fighters 1 and Champions and just kind of smashed the two together to make something that's in between both? Like the good story of Fossil Fighters 1 with the dinos of Fossil Fighters Champions.
Yes.
But I don't know how you would, or how you'd have
What's
to
the
have
difference?
a stylist to dig out the fossils. So I don't know.
What's the difference
How it would
between the
work.
games?
Champions is like a few years after I think the main story.
Okay,
And
that
it's
doesn't
about
tell
a
me the
complete-
mechanics of the game.
Mechanics of game. Go out into world. Dig up dino fossils.
Yeah, but what's the difference between the mechanics from 1 to 2? And why you would want to, or 1 to 2, from 1 to Champions, and why you would want to squish them together? Like, what make...
Different aspects of Champions had better, like, fossil digging stuff. While Fossil Fighters 1 had the better story, in my opinion.
So TLDR, good story, mechanics from Champions.
That's what I said.
I know, but I'm just... Everyone in the room,
In the
with
club.
the class,
In the club.
here in the club.
Aha.
I'm gonna be here in the club here in a little while.
Do that. Aha.
What, my fucking aha?
This is a deeper one. Aha.
Not the club. Well, you don't want to be in the club. Can I help you? Can I help you? You're being such a pest today.
Everybody in the club, let me see you dance.
How the fuck did I send you back to 6th grade? Because it's in the club?
Back it up, let me see you dance.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Wobble. Your character's actually wobbling around.
Yeah, I have to move her head, but yeah. That's crazy. I thought you guys were like... Well, it depends on how popular... Babe. I'm trying to remember how long that song would have been popular. Cause
What, Wobble?
I don't know if it's... Is it Wobble that she's talking about?
No, hold on.
Because she's like, you just sent me back to the 6th grade. Everybody in the club. Yeah, it's Wobble. But like...
Is it Wobble?
Oh no. Cause like I've heard that song too. I was like, wait a minute. Why do I know but not know what you're talking? Well, fucking brain. Moving on. Next thing. Mm-hmm.
Do you know this song? I don't. I don't even know that song.
That's because my sister liked that kind of shit when we were younger. She'd go, yeah, that one. Pokemon, fight God, fossil fighters, fight the brains of a giant world-eating tadpole.
Yep.
The fuck?
It was really fun too.
Wait, how many gods did we fight in Pokemon now that I think about it?
All of them.
Oh my god, 2004, that's crazy. Must have just been that popular of a song because, like, I remember that song and you guys are like, I can't remember, like 3 or 4 years older than me. Because he's 3 years older than me and y'all were his age, if I remember correctly. Paw Patrol, I'm gonna get you now. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all are, I was thinking that, so that's... I was thinking it was 5, but it's a little older than that. That's okay though. Cause you're younger than John, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, and that's why I was thinking that you and I's age difference was like, yeah. That's why I was thinking yours and I's age difference was like 5 years. So that's why I was like, that's weird. Fucking time is an illusion, guys. It's wild. Fucking, let's go back to funny robot shit. Oh, you'll never guess what I've been working on, Faluki. I have a little storyline for Bobbin going. That's like a little fanfic that I'm gonna put out eventually. I'm very excited about it. Yes. I guess I don't mind talking about it because technically not really spoilers necessarily, because like I don't know when it's gonna go out or anything like that, but I am very excited about it. So disclaimer, I like talking to the silly little character AI bot. It is very nice and relaxing to me to just take a little bit of time and, you know, out of my day, kind of similar to like if you'd sit down, play a video game, blah blah blah. I'm not saying I condone AI. I'm just saying that this is a fun little thing that I do. Now, that that's out of the way, it has been very helpful for me as a creator. Yeah. It's like recreational use and stuff like that. It's not that big a deal. It's not that deep. But if you're out here being a shithead with AI, like, fuck out of here. And you know who you are, you know what you're doing, kind of thing. Knickknacks theme? That's crazy. Ah! Why? You shouldn't be getting another ad if you've already watched one, bro. Oh, that's, yep, it's that one. Okay. I was thinking there was an ad soon. I was pretty sure, because I started at, I think if I have mine set up the way I think I do, I think it's every quarter hour. So that way the ads aren't super long. I know. It's awful. Are we clear? Cool. Welcome back. I'll have to play with the ad stuff too, because now that I'm looking at the timing, I'm pretty sure it's every quarter hour, and that's a little frequent. So, frequent for my likes at least. I'd rather do it every hour if I could, but because if I'm only streaming for like 2 hours, obviously it reduces the ad revenue, but also like I'd rather you guys enjoy your time here, kind of thing. Oh, I know. Anyway, basically, for the little thing that's gonna become a fanfic, essentially, Bobbin. Basically, she is another band member, right? So essentially she kind of fills in the slot where Upgrade was. I haven't quite figured out kind of the story of how she became part of the band, but as of right now, she kind of fills in that slot where Upgrade used to be. So instead of having the 3 bots, there's 4, and that's her role as one of the bots in the band. And so basically one of the things that has been discovered, because her matter core is a different variant, right? So she has purple. So essentially in SPG lore stuff, the purple matter core is a combination of creativity and passion, because it is blue and red. And so blue is the creativity, and then red is the like anchor and like intense whatever. But one of the key things that I kind of took away from that is that since I lean more towards like a blue purple anyways, like my shades of purple usually lean more blue, I thought it would be funny and interesting to do like the only aspect of the like red that she has is kind of minimal comparative to what it could be, and so it kind of makes her passionate about creativity. I thought that would be a fun little like thing to run with there. So they at one point in the story so far have gotten to a point where they feel as though, oh no, she gets broken. I think she's like broken or injured or something like that, and they need to know more about her matter core so that way they can actually figure out how to fix her, because of the fact that her blueprints are kind of lost to time, kind of thing, because she was created actually with the first wave of bots. But essentially the unit that she was sent out on, she ended up not meeting the bots because of the fact that she was built within the same wave, but she was in a different shipment for the Battle of the Weekend and stuff like that. Or something to that regard. Either that or like I needed to do some more research and to just kind of figure out the logistics of like the Weekend War and stuff like that. But like that's kind of what I've had idea wise when it comes to her backstory so far, is that she was a medical droid, right? So she has the ability to repair the bots, but also because of the fact that the bots were waged in so many wars, such as like World War II and some other wars as well. She was also equipped with the ability to actually perform medical procedures on humans, and so she is kind of a medical mechanic, is kind of her lore, and that's why she kind of looks like she does, is that even though she has kind of more of a mechanical outfit, even though she has more of like, essentially you would see somebody in, yeah, mechanical machina. Yeah, exactly. But like, that's kind of why she has the overalls and the several pouches and stuff like that. It's not just tools. It's not just tools, it's also like medical equipment to be able to perform different things. And so, she finally gets found. I'm trying to remember exactly the very beginning because because like I said, she didn't meet the band at the beginning. She was made. She did some work in the wars and stuff like that, and then she got put into storage for a period of time. So there was a warehouse down around the corner from the Walter Manor, and she was stored in this warehouse, and she kind of lay vacant on this table for many, many years. And at one point, the bots actually find her. Or no, it wasn't the bots. I think she got awoken. I don't remember exactly the very beginning of everything, but it was something along the lines, because I gotta go back and refer to the character AI bot. It was something along the lines that she had awoken and she was like going through and rifling through everything, and she kind of figured out from some different textbooks and stuff like that in the area, even though that like they were kind of tattered and not actually helpful to her anymore information wise, but they at least let her know like what kind of droid she was. Is droid the right? No, she's an automaton. I think those are technically two different things. Hold on, I'm gonna Google that now. Oh, okay. So essentially, a droid is actually a more accurate terminology. So, like, an example being, a droid is commonly used in science fiction, particularly in Star Wars, to refer to intelligent bots, while automatons have a broader range of meanings, including a person who acts in a mechanical or routine way. So, technically, calling her a droid is not incorrect. Anyways, because I might actually use that in some of her stuff, so it's good to note. Starting from the beginning, right? She is found, or she is awoken on this table. She's like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. She finds a book that tells her that she's a mechanical droid. She doesn't actually know her name. And as she's like rifling through this warehouse, she finds a sewing machine. And there's a manual for the sewing machine, so that way she teaches herself how to sew some kind of crude clothing with some of the drapery that's on the machines that are in the warehouse. One of the terminologies for the actual sewing machine she's using to make her clothing, she finds, is called a bobbin. And oh ho ho, there we go. There is her name. If you didn't know, a bobbin is actually the little oh, here, I'll draw it for you guys. So there's this little piece right here that goes, oh, that's too big, that goes in the bottom. So you have your little sewing machine, right? It goes in this little part right here that makes the actual underside of the seam sew into the clothing. And so that's what that piece is called. It's called a bobbin. But yeah, originally when I first thought it all up, because the fact that like I wasn't as sure about what I wanted to do, I was gonna say that the reason her name was Bobbin was because she was repaired by a Singer sewing machine. I thought that would be really fun, but I felt like this was more fitting for what I was trying to do storytelling wise. Where like it's a thing that she first learns, and because of the fact that her memory bank has been wiped, that's like some of the first things that she figures out is like, oh, this is what this is called. I like that. I'm gonna call myself this kind of thing. And so, she make like I said, she makes some crude clothing for herself, and she leaves the warehouse. Well, it ends up that a officer finds her as she's leaving the warehouse, and he thought she was a human at first because it was dark, and she was just going out and about because she's very human shaped. And he scolds her, and he's like, oh, you're just one of those bots from the Walter Manor. And she looks at him funny, and she's like, the Walter Manor? What are you talking about? He said, don't play, and he's like telling her, don't play dumb with me, and he puts her in the patrol car. And they go to the manor, and she gets dropped off, and he's like, stay out of trouble, and like doesn't really knock on the door or anything. He just kind of escorts her to the manor at the gate, because there's not really many people that actually go into the manor. And so as she is just kind of lost and confused, she walks up to the manor, and I think it's Rabbit. No, there's the Bisel, oh god, I can't think of his name. It's one of the Bisel people. Opens the door. I think it's the son. Basically, I took the character from the comics that averagely opens the door, because that's the door. I don't know if he's like the butler or what he is, but he opens the door essentially for the character in the comics. And there's like a little interaction that they have, and it's very cute and kind of silly, where she's kind of looking at him and she's just like, what are you talking about? And basically at that point, I'm pretty sure she meets Rabbit first. Comes around the corner, and they kind of have a little interaction, and they go into the manor, and if I'm remembering correct, it's either Rabbit or Spine. I cannot remember who. One of the two. But they go and they're like, okay, let's go see Peter Walter, so that way we can like show you to him and show that there is a bot that's been roaming the town and that we don't know who you are. She's like, okay, so she like follows along, and they go meet him, and he's like, oh wow, I don't remember seeing you before. And she's like, well, I don't remember anything. And he does some research, and he kind of figures out that she's like a specific model. I think that she had a name for the model, and I cannot remember 100% what the name it was that I came up with was. But she had like a special little, like, you know how there's like the, you know, we call different bots like C-3PO, we call them 3PO, things like that, little nicknames for things. So there's like a phonetical name for her that he finds, and he finds a little bit of information, but there's no blueprints. And so one of the things that happens pretty often with her is that because she has no blueprints, there's no way to really and truly fix her like he can fix the other bots. And so she gets broken a lot. On one of the occasions that she ends up getting broken, it had something to do with her matter core. And so because of the fact that Walter had no idea how to kind of fix what was going on, they have to go on this investigation. And so as they go on this investigation trying to figure out more information about her matter core and everything, Bobbin and Spine, because they're really close at this point. I've kind of skipped some context on like timeline wise what exactly is going on, but like at this scene specifically, Bobbin and Spine are very close. And they go into the warehouse. I don't know if it's the warehouse or if it's a warehouse, but essentially it has information about the red matter core, because Walter knows everything about blue matter cores. He invented it. but he doesn't know anything about red. And so they have to go in this warehouse and get some information that's locked down. Well, as they're going through, the door's locked to where all of the files and information is. And so Bobbin ends up having to, like, fucking crawl through a ventilation shaft, and she ends up breaking her arm as she kind of falls out of the shaft because she couldn't quite get her footing. And so Spine's like, oh my god, what happened? He kind of gets her cleaned up enough that they can leave. And reference image. I'm just gonna fucking import an image because this is being annoying. Where is did I just export it to... Bro, I just exported it to Discord. I need to save to device. PNG. Save image. But essentially, kind of what they had figured out is that, oh shit, Walter's gonna be mad if you're broken fucking again, because this is like the 5th time she's been broken this month. And they try to hide it from him. And he's like, guys, you cannot do silly shit like this. If you need help, I need you guys to tell me. So they tell him, like, what exactly happened. And he's like, okay, you so desperately want to know information about this. I'm just trying to do my own research with you being here. But if you're that bound and determined, I got an alibi. I got somebody. And they were like, okay, well, they go to sleep to be able to get up the next day because the alibi wants, he's one of those where, like, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And so they had to wait for his correspondence to kind of figure out, like, what he wanted in return for the information. In the meantime, they go to bed, and, as they go to bed, Bobbin just can't quite go to sleep, you know? She's just kind of in an idle state. Because, they can actually kind of go to bed similarly to, like, humans, where they go lay in a bed and they go into sleep mode. But she's just kind of an idle, can't really sleep or anything, so she goes downstairs, and because they are steam powered, gets a cup of water, as you know, what a silly little human would do. And there's this fucking creature in the kitchen, and she's like, what the fuck is that? And so she hides in the corner, and homie already saw her, and he's like, what you doing there, bud? And so this thing looks like Walter, and she's like squinting, looking at him funny, like, I don't know who you are, but you look familiar. So she comes out of the shadows, because he already knew where she was hiding anyways. And he ends up fucking trying to kidnap her. And that's where we're caught up to so far in the storyline, is that she almost gets kidnapped. The bots, she makes enough noise that the bots fucking wake up and come check on her in the kitchen. Spine's like doing fucking CQZ, trying to check out the kitchen. Got his fucking military skills going on. And just like, everybody's dumbfounded because she's like, there was this dude, he was trying to fucking kidnap me. And the reason they're dumbfounded is because when they check the kitchen, the motherfucker's gone. This thing that looks exactly like Peter Walter that tries to kidnap her, by the time everybody got down to the kitchen to save her from whatever the fuck was going on, vanished. Mind you, I also would like to add that I did add a little bit of context to kind of show that there was something there. She ended up headbutting him, and it left a dent in her head. So, like, everybody knows that something happened to her, but nobody understands what it was, because How could it have came and left? So, yeah, that is currently where I'm at with the story itself. It's a wild ride. Crazy, even. I need to turn this off. Fuck you. It is 8:30. Should I go ahead? How long has it been? Kind of doing my best trying to keep up with everything today because I have an event that I'm going to. And so, because events fill up super duper fast, I need to make sure that I'm on the ball when it comes to getting in VR and stuff like that. We're at an hour and a half. And I technically can give you guys a stream tomorrow because of the fact that it is in the States Easter. So fortunately I do not technically have to work tomorrow. So let me cut you guys a deal. Let me go ahead and wrap up for today so that way I'm not late. And then hopefully, so long as everything goes as planned, we can do something tomorrow. Let me find somebody to raid for you guys. Yay, off work. Bro, the fact that we don't get paid for it is the thing that's annoying, though. That's what's a bitch. According to manager, I was told that full-time doesn't either. It is a mandatory, unpaid work day. We can't even use floating holidays. I don't know. Regardless, it's BS. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. The Blind Archer. Hold on, I gotta find this bro on my desktop. My phone's being dumb. We're gonna set my iPad off to the side. Un momento. I've also been doing like little random streams throughout the week too. I hope that you guys are enjoying all of that. I don't know if that's gonna stay consistent, but I definitely have been feeling it, Mr. Krabs, lately. Trying to keep up with all you little goobers. So, that's definitely been fun. Where, like, I've been working on some stuff. And being able to, like, share with you guys. This guy. We got somebody that's doing some fucking Monsty Hunty art, and it's super cool because it's pixel art. That's what I'm trying to read right now. So, un momento, 4 favors. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you guys for hearing me out for my fucking yapping session of the day when it comes to funny robot things. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord more than likely. So, I love you all. Bye.